Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to today's video where I'm showing you how to create this half face kind of like mask style skull Halloween look. So on this side we have the glam with a little bit of blood, and then this side we have the full skeleton era with a contact lens in, which is very irritable. So I hope you guys enjoy. This is super easy to do. If you do, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and let's get into this tutorial. So to start this look, you first want to apply your foundation to half of your face, which is going to be the glam side. I'm using my NYX Born to Glow foundation, and I believe it's in the shade Natural. So I'm just buffing this in with my brush and making sure it's all blended on the half of my face that's going to be the glam side. And then I decided to do my brows next, and on the glam side of my face I just did my usual soap brow, and I used the Unicorn Cosmetics Bare Brows to do this, and I'm making sure that they're sculpted, whereas on the skull side I just left them as a soap brow because I kind of thought this was a little bit more messy. The next step, and probably the least satisfying step in this whole tutorial, is to apply the white face paint. Mine is from Wilkinson's, you can use any, but if this is your first time using a white face paint, just bear with it because it really takes a lot to build up the coverage. Definitely recommend using a brush, don't use a beauty blender because it just takes off the product too much. But this bit doesn't have to be neat, it can be a little bit rough around the edges because we're going to shade it properly anyway. The next step, which kind of does bring the white face paint back a little bit, is to apply a white powder over the paint. So I'm taking a very dense brush and I'm taking just a white eyeshadow from the P. Louise Wedding Wish XL palette, and I'm just patting this into the face paint, and this is going to make the colour a lot more opaque. The next step really brings the mask element to life. So you want to take a black eyeshadow, and on a very thin but also kind of fluffy brush, you want to just start taking the black shadow and shading around the mask. Now take very small amounts of the black. I'm again just using the black shade from the P. Louise Wedding Wish XL palette, and you just want to do very small backwards and forwards motions all the way around the mask. Be careful, don't use a lot of product, and you can always add more. Little is more with black. I kind of started just drawing a line and then slowly buffing out the edges a little bit, and that seemed to work okay. Then to blend out the black a little bit more, I'm just taking a fluffy brush with no product on it, and I'm just buffing out these edges. This is just going to make it look a lot more natural, but still that kind of mask shadow illusion that we've got going on here. Okay, time for the black painting on the face. So I'm using my Maybelline gel liner for this, and a very thin angled brush, and I'm starting on the nose, and it's kind of like a triangle. So you just want to draw a line down to the tip of your nose and then connect that background, if that makes sense. You can see it better in the video, and then you just want to fill this in. But do not worry if it's a bit messy, it's absolutely fine. I feel like with this look it's okay if it's a little bit messy. And then moving on to the eye, it's kind of like a circle all the way around your eye, but go in a little bit on the outer corner just to mimic the kind of natural shape of the eye. And again, I then took this all the way around, I took it all the way up to the eyebrow, and then just filled this in. You don't have to do this if you're not comfortable with wearing anything in your waterline, but I did just take the eyeliner in my waterline just to add to the dramatic black eye that we've got going on here. Okay, moving on to the cheekbone element that we have to do. So this is kind of like drawing two lines from the outer part of your cheekbone and just bringing them in towards your mouth. Now these kind of do need to be as neat as possible on the outside, and then you just want to gently shade from the outer edge inwards with no more product on your brush, because this is going to help it to blend a lot easier. For the skull's teeth, this actually looks a lot harder than it is. All it is drawing little triangles from the edge of your mouth and taking it out towards that little cheekbone that we've just drew. I did add in a little line from the outer corner of my lips, of my mouth, to the cheekbone bit, just to kind of guide where I was drawing the teeth, because I was kind of getting a little bit lost without my lip being there, kind of thing. But all you have to do is just draw two lines joining together to form little triangles that look like teeth. After you've done the teeth on the bottom as well, I'm just taking a fresh brush with no product on it, again a very thin one, and I'm taking the black eyeshadow and I'm just shading on the outer parts of these teeth, so not in the triangle, on the edges, and blending this gently upwards. Again, I'm taking very little amount of product here, just because black can really go a long way, and this is also going to help to set the eyeliner as well. We also need to set the eyeliner on our nose and around the eye, so I'm just taking the same brush and the same black eyeshadow, and I'm just packing this into where I have put the eyeliner on my nose and my eye, just to set this into place. Oh, it's time to add some detail in. Now this is my favourite bit. I feel like this really brings the mask to life. So I'm just taking a flat square shaped brush and I'm just doing some kind of shading to make it kind of look like the mask is like a real face. So I'm just doing one around the bottom of the eye. You want to shade below the line that you've drew to give the illusion of it being like a wrinkle. So I did one around the eye, I did one around the nose, and I did one near my brow and also one on the chin as well. The next step is to take the white paint and just to shade in where we've created those teeth. So you're basically painting this on your lips in those triangles that we drew to mimic the teeth, and then I also set this with the white powder again. Then I didn't record this because you've seen me do a glam so many times, but I just glammed up this side of my face, and then I just did a little bit of a blood spatter on my forehead, which was from Wilkinson's. Look away now if you don't like contacts. So I then just popped in a contact on the one side with the skull, and it was very uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie to you, but I really think it elevated the look. But again, this is not necessary. And that is the finished look. This is the finished skull mask Halloween tutorial. This was super easy, so I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye.